How many teams heading into the NFL playoffs like actually have good vibes right now?
Oh my God.
It is quite literally probably only Baltimore and San Francisco. You can make the case that every other team in the league has bad vibes.
Oh yeah.
Maybe
this
Detroit
is great.
is okay.
Wait, let's go through this. Okay. Bills fit. No, tough.
We're all
vibes.
depressed because we're all online.
The Bills are
Bills,
horrific.
tough vibes.
The Dolphins
Season's
are
been a
bad.
disappointment. They almost just lost to the Pats.
Patriots and Jets are literally all-time low. Cowboys after the Lions game is bad. Giants is bad. Eagles is horrific for a team coming off the Super Bowl. Washington, needless to say, is bad. Ravens are good.
Rams vibes are solid.
Yeah.
I think the Rams
That's a good
side, even though they barely beat the Giants and they got really lucky to do so, I think the Rams vibes are pretty good.
Raiders fans are still high off the McDaniels thing ending, but that's kind of just like it was so bad that now it's just fine. It's a good point, Craig.
Like,
honestly, the Bucks. I think the
Packers
Bucks have
vibes
good
are
vibes.
good.
That's about it.
Bucks vibes are fine, I guess. Seattle's vibes not good. New Orleans vibes not good. Falcons vibes not good.
Nobody's happy.
Packers.
All right.
Did we mention the
Five
Packers?
teams.
I think the Packers.
Jags vibes not good.
Ugh.
Kansas City, obviously terrible vibes. I
think
guess Cleveland has good vibes somehow right now.
Joe
Flacco.
The Flacco effect. Dude, it's so funny because I feel like 5 years ago, I remember like making fun of Flacco every week because I called him Joe Jumper Cables Flacco because he was just the most boring, like morose, drag the team down. Like he's just like a goth, like a really depressed goth kid or something like that.
You know what happened is he's moved into MILF territory. He was like, when he was a young guy, it was like, he doesn't do anything for me. But now Joe Flacco, MILF territory. It's like, oh wait, there's something about him now. He's got a little tread on the tires, a couple extra wrinkles. I'm kind of into that.
Dude,
now.
It's truly like a life cycle. He's past his midlife crisis and he's accepted that he's old. He's accepted his role on the team. He's accepted that whatever, he's not going to be a big time superstar starter or whatever. And now he can just play free and clear of any like expectations. It's like he has a whole new personality.
So it's MILF. Man, I love Flacco.
Oh my God. But truly, like, I feel like I've never seen Flacco so happy. He's just having the best time.
Wait, speaking of
man,
MILF.
I like Flacco.
Man, I like Flacco.
I love Flacco.
Speaking of MILF, don't pretend you didn't see the Jeremy Allen White, the actor from The Bear, the photo shoot he did for GQ with the Calvin Klein underwear. He's just like extremely ripped in an underwear.
Yeah. I did see that.
And the guy from The Bear, the chef, the guy from Ship, the kid from
Jeremy Allen White.
Yeah.
He got super ripped for the movie Iron Claw.
He did a GQ photo shoot, to which I have been texting with friends of mine and who are thirsting after him. And I have a single friend who lives in Brooklyn who walks by him sometimes. Shout out Kathy. And she was talking about scheming to try to introduce herself to him. Anyway.
Right? Sure.
Anyway, I didn't realize that he's
How tall is Kathy?
5'5".
Okay.
Is he short or something?
Is he short?
He's real short.
Really? Well, because I didn't realize he's a dad. Because he's a DILF. That's kind of why he's a DILF. But I didn't realize that.
But are you just because you have a kid doesn't make, like, if you're 25 years old and you have a kid, I feel like you're not a DILF. DILF is a vibe.
Interesting.
It's like the Flacco.
Like, you need to be older. Like, I don't even know if Flacco has kids. He's still a DILF.
Like Kevin Stefanski,
you're not pretending
honestly.
to be young anymore. You're not pretending to be, you know what I mean? Like, you've accepted that you are who you are now. This is the stage of the life.
A 25-year-old who's good looking with a kid is not a DILF. They're still just like a good looking young man. I feel like you need to reach a certain age before you reach
that kid
DILF status. DK DILF.
Thank you, Craig.
All right.
That's what we were all alluding to this whole time. Yeah.
All right. Flip side of this game. The Bills. It would be such a Carlos, I'm sorry. But it would be such a travesty if the Bills missed the playoffs. Like, let's be real here.
We've been on record saying we're the Bills lovers on this, on like the podcast.
Bills lovers. It's like we have eyeballs. It's like, who do we want in the playoffs?
We want fun teams.
Even Craig, do you want the Steelers in the playoffs over the Buffalo Bills?
God, no. God, no. The last thing I want is to watch Mason Rudolph or Kenny Pickett or the two of them try to fight through a game in the playoffs.
Whatever.
The last time
Mason Rudolph is fucking balling right now.
Don't you remember that Steelers-Browns game, the playoff wildcard game where they were down like 30-0 in 12 minutes? That's what's going to happen to the Steelers if they make the playoffs. No, the Bills are one of the 4 best teams in the league. They 100% need to be in the playoffs. I'm going to be devastated if they're not. Josh Allen deserves to be in the playoffs. This is ridiculous.
Cry about it. Literally cry about it.
Cry about it. Look, if Buffalo wins, Miami still makes it. That's best case
They should
scenario.
have lost to the Jets and the Patriots early in the season. I don't know. Cry about it. Like, Sorry, Josh Allen. Screw you.
You know what's funny though, DK, you comparing the Dolphins to like a F-35 that can't fly in the rain. It's supposed to rain in Miami on Sunday.
All right, prove me wrong, Dolphins. Prove me wrong.
Fly.
I don't even
Oh my
actually.
God.
I don't remember if like the games that they've struggled in have been weather related at all. I just feel like they're a little bit of a finicky.
No, I know what you mean though. We all know what you mean.
It's like if it's like a house of cards. It's like if one thing falls, it's like if one screw is loose, the whole thing collapses.
But Craig, you mentioned glass half full. I feel like the Bills missing is like the glass half empty playoff field.
Yeah, it's pretty dark. I tried to put together what the worst possible playoff scenario is in both conferences.
This picture in the doc that we have here. It's what I don't even remember what this movie is. Craig.
I don't know.
Explain the picture.
Either.
It's like the guy holding open the lady's eyes and like making
The
her
old woman's
look.
eyes.
It looks like Rick and
Forcing them
Morty.
open.
People see Rick and Morty. It's like the Rick just holding Morty's eyes open. It's like, look at it.
Who is this
Look at
actor?
it.
Who's this actor? He's in like all the Pride and Prejudice movies and shit like that.
I'm gonna do the reverse Google image search right now.
Yeah.
And you'll tell me. Hold on. We're gonna do it
The
live.
ghosts know exactly what we're talking about.
They can't see the
Ghosts
picture.
know.
We described it.
Well,
in
they can't
sort of
based on our
vaguely.
We
description of
described the face.
It's a guy holding open a lady's eyeballs and making her stare at something.
Yeah.
That's
Anyway,
what the
I don't know
NFL
what's
is
from.
doing to us.
Regardless, so the NFC, somehow it's possible that 2 NFC South teams make the playoffs. Easily the worst division in football.
Disgusting.
Every team is unfun to watch except, I guess, the Bucs. This is a possible scenario. 49ers 1 seed, Eagles 2 seed, Lions 3 seed, Arthur Smith and the Falcons as the South Division winners at the 4 seed. We have the Cowboys at 5, Rams at 6, and the Bucs at 7. That's a realistic scenario. Is Eagles 2 seed, Falcons 4 seed, Bucs 7 seed.
So Rams,
It's Tom
Lions.
Hollander. Tom Hollander, by the way.
Who's
And I
For
think
a
it's in
second,
Bird Box.
for a second I thought you were talking about a quarterback, and I was like, what? But the Rams Lions, if that's a matchup we want for sure, because that would be like Stafford versus the Lions and Goff versus the Rams. That would
Incredible
be sick.
matchup.
Having said that, Eagles Bucks would be just awful. I mean, the Bucks are actually kind of fun, but the Bucks being more fun than the Eagles is insane. And then like Falcons Cowboys, like that. Oh my god! Like
Blech.
if that were a regular season, I wouldn't even want to. Falcons Cowboys is gross. And then the AFC is like there are more fun teams, but there are also worse teams.
Yeah, I mean, still, it's like worst case scenario AFC. You have Ravens at 1, you have the Dolphins 2, Chiefs, ugly vibes 3, you have the Jags at 4, Flacco 5, Gardner Minshew at 6, and the Steelers at 7.
Ugh.
So again, you
That would
could
be a
have a
nightmare.
weird ass Dolphins Steelers game in Miami. You'd have a Chiefs Colts game that nobody would want to watch, and then you'd have Jags Browns. None of those games are good.
We really are on the. Everyone's like, oh, here are the cool matchups. I'm like, we are on the precipice of the worst possible playoff. It's like
We might have Mason Rudolph, Gardner Minshew, Joe Flacco, and no Josh Allen.
Why
That's
is
Instagram versus
everyone's
reality.
vibe so bad right now?
That's so
It is
true.
kind of funny. I didn't really realize
Season's
that
too
till just
long.
now.
I genuinely think the season should be 12 weeks long, and then the right team would win way more often.
So damn morose.